Salutations, my fellow food lovers. This is Chef Mark here from Johnny's Italian Steakhouse, and I want to tell you about our filet Oscar. This premium filet is topped with Johnny's lump crab cake, grilled asparagus, and our signature béarnaise sauce. But the start to any great night always begins with a killer appetizer, and I recommend trying out our jumbo pan-seared sea scallops with Brussels sprout slaw tossed in Johnny's hot bacon dressing. It is so good. I know that you will love my filet Oscar as much as I love preparing it, so come to Johnny's tonight. Johnny's Italian Steakhouse, Village Point Shopping Center, Omaha.
Yeah. So, PlayStation 5 reveal, huh? In November, I see. And, pre-orders are soon, and the pricing is just right. And yet there's this electronic drum set I wanted to buy, and I'm currently weighing my options. Yeah, so much for finishing out the year with a full wallet. Oh, man, goodbye savings. But hello you, because welcome to the J-Man Show here on
J360 Radio.
Help spread love and feel the joy of giving back. During the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event at Beardmore Subaru, Subaru will donate $250 to the charity of your choice for every new Subaru purchased or leased. The ASPCA, Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels, the National Park Foundation, the Housing Foundation of Sarpy County, or Offutt Air Force Base's Airman's Attic. Plus, we will give an additional $100 locally to help even more. Go to BeardmoreSubaru.com to learn more. Submit charity selection by 1/12/24. Promotion ends 1/2/24. See Subaru.com for more details.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the J-Man Show, hosted by J.M. Brady. I am your host, J.M. Brady, otherwise known as J-Man, otherwise known as Awesome. Or, I don't know. Sorry to borrow that from The Miz. But then again, I'm not so sorry, because I've been saying that for a long time, just as much as he has. And you are here for episode 169. Ha! We are finally almost out of this set. Going right into the 170s with a bang. And you know what? So far, so good, man. I'm feeling it. Like, right now, fall weather is coming in. My favorite time of the season. Soon enough, it'll be the eves of my birthday and all. And I'll be moving on up into my... Well, actually, no. I still got a few years till. 34 is going to be awesome. Going to make it happen. It's going to be my year. Just like every other year. And, I'm just feeling it up. Especially after that mini bite not too long ago. And the power play yesterday. Which, by the way, it felt pretty cool getting back in the swing of things, Finally producing shows, making everything work out pretty well. And then the overhaul is actually going strong. I'm just doing it as I go now, folks. I'm not holding back anymore. Go ahead and get that train going. Now, some people have asked me this. Won't it be like burning the candle at both ends? Not if I do it right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if I could just do it day by day, show by show, it should be okay and good to go. And plus, you guys are going to see some pretty serious stuff once Anniversary Day comes around. Which, by the way, mark your calendars. Now, 10/30 is my birthday, All Hail J-Man Day. You might see a couple of antics going on here and there. I may stream on that day. I don't know. I'm still working that out. But the most important day, well, no day is more important than my day. But the second most important day would be J360's Anniversary Day, which is 11/16. So yes, get to see all sorts of wild stuff going down, especially when it's the anniversary of this show. Yep, the one that started it all. No matter how far things go and how things evolve around here in the lineup, There's always going to be a J-Man show. Because nobody parties like J-Man does. And not to mention, everywhere I go, that's pretty much it. People are out there saying now, they're like, hey, aren't you J-Man? And I'm like, yeah, totally. And then they ask you to do the Welcome to the J-Man show. And also, when they ask you to do that, I think it's pretty awesome. You know what I mean? It feels really good. Slowly but surely climbing on top of the world. Wait till you get the... All I gotta say is the best is yet to come. Wait until they get to wear merch. Wait till you get to wear merch. Oh man, it's gonna be a good time. I'm sitting here just working on all the mechanics and the ideas right now, and I'm like, wow. Because I'm not actually at the main studio right now. I'm pretty much using the portable set. Because I'm also taking a look at some movies for the Monster Fest this coming year. Yes, there will be one. Now, I don't know how long it's going to be, but, 2 weeks. 2 weeks worth. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because last year was like a week, right? The first time it was like a week and a half, right? So yeah, why not go for 2 weeks? Yeah, let's see what happens. Now, same rules apply. No monster movies dealing with the last name of Voorhees, Cougar, or Myers at all. Nope, none of those get to play a role in it. And somebody asked me that not too long ago, and I'm saying this is why. Because a lot of us, we run on nostalgia, and we always talk about, these movies like they're the holy grail, the crux of everything. And that kind of seeps into, Scream as well. The only big time serial killer I probably will allow to make an appearance on the Monster Fest would probably be Jigsaw. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those kind of things where I sit there and I think about it and I'm like, it's fun to talk about, but you can talk about Freddy and Jason and Michael anytime. You know what I mean? And really get people going. But if you delve deep into what makes horror great, not that they don't, but if you delve deeper into the subject matter of the genre and you utilize all these other ones and some of the other monsters that may have not gotten the focus, Bud the Chud and all, now you're talking about more things and you're making it bigger instead of relying on the top three. See what I'm saying? Talk about everything. You could even talk about creepy Angela from Sleepaway Camp if you want to, even though her, or I should say his real name is Peter. Little things like that. But which, by the way, if you haven't seen the movie, I apologize. But I thought everybody would know about that one right now, but it was creepy. Actually, no. Me saying that will not take away the whole effect of that. You have to see that movie. Because it's one of those movies that legitimately creeped me out for a while, and then two, it's at first you'll see it like it's a generic Friday the 13th kind of ripoff, but it's not. And indeed, rightfully so, it is not. By the way, the lady that played Angela, she seems pretty cool. And moving forward, as I'm looking at some of these films, I managed to watch two not too long ago from Netflix, which was The Babysitters. Now, they're more of horror comedy movies, but horror comedy plays a role in J360 stuff anyway, so, they actually fit right in. I did love the first one with Samara Weaving in it as, his babysitter B. And then, of course, the boy that played as Cole. I felt for that young man. He getting bullied left and right, and he's got doting parents that care about him, but at the same time, he is afraid of every damn thing. It's just you can just feel the atmosphere that boy was just made to get picked on. And then all the circumstances that surround him. And then, of course, he had that one friend, Natalie, that really liked him. And, all in all, if you're, somebody who feels as though, you're an outcast of your social circle or whatever, until you realize you take control of it. But if you ever feel like that, you kind of feel for Cole. And he got a hot babysitter, so you're like, hey, in one way or another, you're on top of the world. Got that social interaction there. And they had a pretty good relationship there for a little bit until you realized that she was part of a satanic cult. And then that's when all the wackiness happens. I'm going to go more in depth with it as the Monster Fest rolls around. But, I do recommend you at least watch that one. And then they got the second one called Killer Queen out, which is... I don't know. Even sitting here now, I'm thinking back on it, it's it started strong, then it got weak, then it got weaker, And then by the time we get to you really don't care. You're just wondering, when's it going to end? You know, it's one of those kind of movies. Like, you know, some of these movies fall into that category sometimes because depends on who wrote the script. And then after a while, it depends on what gets tiresome after a while. And then after a while, is it more comedy than it is horror, or is it more horror than it is comedy? And then you sit there for a little bit and you're just guessing, like, which way do I go up here? But of course, you know, there are some sequels out there that try to catch up to the first movie to give a little bit more backstory and exposition on that. And there were some. Like, you do find out why B was in the cult, and you do find out, like, certain scenarios, the connection between the new girl on the movie and Cole and all that sort of thing. And then, like, Natalie, when she does what she does, it's like, okay. But you do know throughout both films, you wonder what everybody's wishing for. Because originally that's what it was all about, but I don't know. Either way, they both hold a special spot in the Monster Fest, and I'll go more in depth with them. You know what I mean? Just go ahead, and I'll probably even try to redeem the second one after I give it a second watch. Because, you know, when you watch it the first time, basically you're just taking, you know, you're going through the experience. But when you see it a second time, that's when you can kind of decipher things. And as that usually goes, because there might be some films I'll try to redeem in the Monster Fest, as I redeem them, it's not to tell you whether the movie is good or bad. It's to tell you whether it's watchable or not. And it's to tell you whether, you know, give it a shot sometime. It might be up your alley. Or at best, you know, it might just be something that you look at for that one time and you leave it at that. But at least you get great conversations out of the deal, right? Right? Just figured I'd let you all know. But, you know, it's just like a very interesting take. Like right now, I'm looking at The Island of Dr. Marald. And this is a, fantastic book. And then, of course, you know, you look at some of the movies that was based off of it, and they can be either hit or miss. But this one right here, this is a classic one. And it has Michael York in it. And I think that was Michael Caine not too long ago. Yeah, is it? No, is it? Sorry, you know, so after a certain period of time, everybody looks alike to me. But you see, like this movie here, this might be. No, they did make one in the 30s, right? Anyway, this might be one of the better adaptations I ever seen. Because, you know, everybody looks realistic. Like all of the beasts that become men, or he tried to make them into humans, they actually look accurate to what's going on. Seemed like the same person that worked on Planet of the Apes makeup actually took the time to come over here to work on some stuff. And it's pretty awesome. Dang, he just capped that one right in the head, didn't he? Well, you guys can't hear any of this stuff because I'm doing this show right now. But yeah, like right off the bat, if you ever want to get a good take at something, you know, go on Amazon Prime, put in Island of Dr. Marald, take a good look at it, see what you all think. And then, of course, you know, as I get this lineup together, I'm seeing that everybody's got their pumpkin spice latte and their chai tea, or what's the other one? Got their Hocus Pocus and their copies of Casper, which, by the way, is a good movie, too. And Hocus Pocus ain't bad, but, you know, I'm just doing this because that's just basically what everybody's doing right now. And I also saw the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff out again. Yep. It does not take retail long to go ahead and bank on us, man. Especially when it comes to that. And I'm like, yeah, 'tis the most wonderful time of the year. And indeed it is. Well, of course, you know, some people will probably say this. Hey, Jay, you said football is the most wonderful time of the year. Look, we're allowed to have multiples, damn it. It's football, Halloween, Thanksgiving. I wonder if we're getting a parade this year. Thanksgiving, and I guess Christmas. But then again, Christmas is like the 12 days of hell because you got to go through a lot to get there. Especially if you're working at certain jobs like, you know, when it comes to logistics, or when it comes to retail, or when it comes to what are those other kind of jobs out there, or even working in a restaurant, because God knows some people are just, filthy. And if I left out your job category, I apologize, but you know what I mean. It's a lot to it, man. But yeah, we're getting closer to those times. Matter of fact, we're practically done with September already. And I heard this not too long ago that they're going to be looking into starting up college football for real. Like the top 10, right? They said that they're going to be starting them up in October. So, let's see how that all goes down, if you get my meaning. Which, by the way, I don't know about y'all, but I would love to have another college hoops game. I know they make references to it every time you play like the story mode and 2K, but I would love a traditional college hoops game. I mean, 2007 is showing its age, man. I mean, I'm sitting here with both Delaware colleges at one time going at it. I didn't play the game. I just had like the simulation going. And it felt pretty awesome, I was like, go DSU! Woo! Oh, yeah. See, some of y'all probably think that I would root for University of Delaware. But then again, if you're just now realizing what show you're listening to, you would know damn well I will root for Delaware State University before I ever did. No damn U of D. Delaware State University went up against Duke back in 2006 and almost won. Not to mention, it was one of my first colleges. But you see, at that time, all I wanted to do was party. So later on, I did go to Wilmington University and managed to handle that well. As a respectful, responsible man of society and a, student. But now that I graduated and got out on time, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at that bill, and that bill's looking back at me. And boy, howdy, is it saying, yeah, ma, you going to be paying on me soon enough. All your big J360 money and all. No, I'm still moving to CA, but let me just tell you this, right? Oh, I can just feel the pinch from that. Damn higher learning. Which, by the way, I want to let y'all know this. As you are going back to college and as you are starting to second guess whether college is for you or not, it's like this. You're already there, right? You're already making strides in one way or another. That bill is going to be coming. So you might want to make the best out of those years that you have and go ahead and finish, and don't sit on the sidelines at all. Whether it's COVID-19 out there or not. Like, really just live it up. Remember while you're at college, finish up, and don't wait to do anything. And you can always party later. Or later meaning like when you're done with your studies and all. Not later where it's like, oh, well, I got this good job now and I got to show I'm responsible. What kind of sense does that make? Like I said, nobody parties like J-Man does. Now, also, I've been sitting here with some of these notes and, okay, so I had no idea that Final Fantasy 16 was coming. I had a feeling that they weren't done, but let me just say, Final Fantasy 16 on the PS5, along with Miles Morales' Spider-Man on the PS5. And then a rework of Demon Souls, along with God of War Ragnarok. That stuff's just too good to pass up. Look, for a while there, I was sitting there thinking, hey, not to be in a rush to get the PS5. Like, really, I don't need to do all that stuff. I still got the PS4 to work with, and, I really want to enjoy that a little bit longer. One way or another, I'm not missing too much. I could just chill out a little bit, keep playing with the Xbox One and the PS4 for a while, and just try to get everybody to come together, which I am working on. It's almost like pulling teeth, but somewhere along the line, people are actually getting the notes that, Jay wants to go ahead and do the whole power play party mode with everybody. And that's true. Like, right off the bat, I am working on that with a lot of content creators, just to get everybody together, chill out one day. I mean, honestly, this COVID-19 stuff comes around. Some of us do have work to go to, but a lot of us, you might need that hangout. That's why I'm doing that for everybody. In addition to, some meet and greets here and there. Like, I don't know everybody, but, this is a way for me to reach out to people. But going back into my other rant, Yeah. I didn't want to spend all that money. You know what I mean? I didn't want to go ahead and jump into all these other things. Like, at least with the Xbox Series X stuff, if I was to actually go with the Xbox a little bit longer, I would go for the Series X rather than the Series S. Because it seems like the Series X, more or less, is a complete package, you know? You don't necessarily have to do too much with that unless you really wanted to. Whereas with Series S, it's like, oh, yeah. You finally got a ninth generation console. Congratulations, you putz. Things like that. You know what I mean? It's like you found a way to louse all this up. And by the way, if I said that slur and it went out of terms, I apologize. Now, oh boy. Actually, I don't know. What doesn't offend people nowadays? So yeah, it stays. But it's like this. Oh yeah. You finally did it, you jerk. Yeah, you got your new system. Too bad there ain't too much backwards compatibility or nothing else to do with it. Now, if you're going to invest in something like that, you might as well just go for the top pick. Unfortunately, though, there's a lot of people that don't have a whole lot of money, but they ain't talking to us. They're talking to those that do buy it. You understand what I'm saying? And it's kind of like where, with the PS5 right now, I mean, a lot of people had to have known that it was going to be like a $500 console. You know, especially with the disc tray in there. The ones without, however, you know, $400, and all they got to do is just stay digital. I mean, that's on them. If you really want to do that, at least they are giving us a nice choice with it all. But with me, myself, I'm sitting there thinking this. I'm like, just my luck, I'll have to get the most expensive one. And of course, yeah, I'll get the $500 one. It doesn't bother me as much because Lord knows, as soon as I buy it, I probably won't buy any of the first round of games for it. Knowing me, I'll probably be sitting there just backwards compatible, you know, playing with the backwards compatibility all the time, letting that be the thing, if you get my meaning. And, you know, let's see, as I sit here and I look at all this great stuff, I always realize, yeah. One way or another, I was on my way, man, and then all of a sudden, like, yeah, so much for saving money. I'm broke, damn it. Actually, that's not true. Here's what we'll do. We'll just budget for it. And then at the end of the day, you know, I managed to get it at a time when I was ready to get it. Not to fall into the trend, not to hurry up with everybody else. Because at the end of the day, you know, you got to figure out how much value this stuff is. And it was funny as I had you all going with that a little bit, right? Right. This stuff I'm just going to be patient with. However, there is something I did kind of have my eye on that's a lot more expensive than, you know, gaming console, and it was that drum set. Believe it or not, I do have a drum pad here, and it's good. It served its purpose for me for the last few years that I had it, but it's time for me to move up, and I was thinking about getting an Alesis Electronic, you know, command mesh kit. It looks good and it sounds great. And not only that, like, you know, think about it. That's like well over like 400, you know, different sounds I can use. In addition to like helping out different synth wavers create stuff and just working on beats here and there, you know, and like say like I have a hard time at J360 and at work, you know, just go ahead and just play the drums for a while. And before some of y'all ask about Ruby's still here. I'm still playing with Ruby. Yeah, I'm never gonna not play with Ruby. You know, except for when I'm doing the show right now. And which, by the way, like, try to get all this stuff together so I can, you know, join in. I would love to compose music, but that's just one of those skills that I have to work at. It's not the same as, you know, like my other skills that I actually just have the knack to do. So it's just one of them kind of things that I'll be working on later on. And if anything, let me just be honest. If there's an Aesop about this, I wish I knew what the hell it was. But I'm going to try to go ahead and throw some advice your way anyway. Just because this stuff looks great and they have they tell you about all the values, the bells and whistles, and you got to hurry up, get it now, and all that kind of stuff. Just wait. Think about, like, what do you get out of it? You know what I'm saying? And you don't really spend, like, all of your new income on this stuff. and just be like, yeah, I finally got it. But at the same time, rent is due. Maybe if I appeal to them, they'll go ahead and say, you know what, that's okay. He needed to get that PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X and all that other stuff. Nah, just take your time. Besides, if anything, they didn't tell you about all the glitches and problems with launch consoles, had they? So, you might want to just wait this out. And I really don't care. Like, I always have, like, a different hobby to keep me focused on different things. And if anything, right now, I ain't really thinking about my hobbies too much anymore than I'm thinking about running my business. To which, by the way, that J360 Productions.wordpress.com stuff, that's over. Nope. No more of that. I don't work for free, and I shouldn't market for free. And not only that, I'm being a lot more active about these things, and I'm pushing it all the way. I went official, because it's J360Productions.com now. Yeah, so, it's all about weighing your options, all about, like, utilizing what is the most important right now. And, yes, this is the perfect time to go ahead and push for better. And you don't want to wait to live your life. You know what I mean? A lot of people are waiting for, like, oh, I want to see the economy restore itself. I want to see all that stuff. Yeah, you probably will want to see a lot of things, but you got to go ahead. You got to make moves, too, because there's never going to be a safe time. Now, with all these yutzes running around out here messing stuff up, and you know what I'm talking about, because if you're looking at the road to November right now, I mean, homeboy in town hall just lying. And I mean, this is not impossible because considering what happened the last 3.5 years to now, yeah, of course he is. But it gets worse. Because even he doesn't believe he's lying. And then you hold him accountable for it, and then he just finds a way to try to twist that around and throw it on top of you. And it's like, that's not the way to live. You know? I mean, you want better leaders than this, right? I would hope that a lot of you did. Because, his followers will come out of the woodwork and tell you, promises were made and promises were kept. Wait, you mean for that little bit of chump change that you don't see every other week? Your money's supposed to circulate. But of course, you got some people out there that say, well, Jay, that's socialism. Socialism is evil. And I'm like, well, for one thing, we're a mixed economy. So we have capitalism and socialism. And then there's moments where capitalism has failed us, but we managed to try to twist and work with it to help us come back. Now, you got to be literate in this stuff. And the same thing with socialism. Socialism was exploited. And a lot of people realize, hey, I ain't got to do much. All I got to do is rely on the government's tip. They'll take care of me. Oh, yeah, I ain't got to worry about nothing. No paybacks or anything. And then at the same time, you realize that all this stuff comes at a cost. And in a way, it kind of punches the middle class in the stomach. Whereas, if you're really, really dirt poor, yeah, they'll help you. But if you're really, really well off, you ain't getting no help. You can be self-sufficient. So that's one of them kind of things. And then that's like two different class systems. And if anything, it divided us all up into a whole bunch of BS rhetoric now, if you think about it. But at the end of the day, we can always worry about that kind of stuff later, because right now it's just all about thinking, where do we go from here? It's just like any of those things that I want to do, I'm manifesting it. I'm going to go ahead and work towards that. I'm going to go that extra mile. It's like this. A lot of people say, well, you work a day job. Yeah, but I don't live there, and that's not my career. I don't care about my day job, because I can always get another one. And then the truth is that, I can get another one to replace that other one, and then buy and sell for the new one, because I don't care about that one we were just talking about. You know what I'm saying? Whereas my all-time career is working in media, and the thing is, that's my job too. I get paid to do it. And such as it is. And not only that, I'm working on other sorts of way of funding, which, by the way, stay tuned on that too. So, just day by day, step to step, and then we can keep on lifting up. All I know is that, you get exactly what is, rewarded to you all. And it all checks out. But one way or another, when it comes to these two schools of thought that I was talking about earlier, you got to pay attention to the world you live in. Like, let's not have leaders that we want. Let's just go for leaders that we need. And right now, you don't need Trump, and you don't need Pence, and you don't need all that stuff that's going on in there. I mean, think about it. Earlier in 2017, they had complete total control of every area in government and still didn't get a damn thing done. Now, have you noticed your infrastructure lately? American infrastructure is weak as hell. And we're supposed to be a superpower. Now, we're not in the top 3 at all anymore. We're in the top 4. I think we're in 4th place, which means that if this was a race, we don't even get to stand on the podiums and get medals. We get to just sit on the sidelines with everybody else in the queue and clap hands. That's it. It makes you wonder, though, because, we're the largest consumer. We consume a lot. Whereas China, builds all the stuff together. It's very interesting, We got this weird-ass relationship with them. But then you think that, like, one way or another, our economy is bad. Makes me wonder about those tariffs he imposed. However, that's just something that you all are going to have to do research on at some other time. And then as it is, it's like, lost my train of thought on that. Yeah, well, I'm sure it's important later. And by later, I mean another J-Man episode. But if anything, like I say, when it goes back to building this business here, it's going to take a lot out of me. And it's going to take, strong effort and utilizing every skill I have to make it all work out again. And especially when I was going at it, years on and years off, things like that. But this time, just being real official with it and just going in the right direction. And I have no rush when it comes to the gaming and all. I still want to do the Power Play Party Chat for a lot of you out there. So I'm going to go ahead and work on a Discord and try to get all this stuff lined up. Now, let's see. When is that Discord going to be finished? Pay attention to my Twitter at J360 Productions, and you will know. Okay? Yeah, because I don't want to be premature about this. Matter of fact, I need to get better about announcing things. If you get my meaning. But anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed this episode tonight. I love making this series for you and all the other J360 shows. You all have been fantastic in helping me get to where I need to be. And I will not let you all down as we go into these next years to come. It's going to be a fun, wild ride. And in addition to being an extension to a great adventure. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to thank all of you out there for listening. And I will be back. Oh, wow. Isn't that cute? I actually kept my promise. Yes. Which I normally do anyway. But yeah. I managed to do a Wednesday show again. So I'll be back next Wednesday as well. Okay? Well, this is the J-Man signing off. You all take it easy. Peace.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.